Alright.
Yo. Hey, yo, sir. It's your boy, BestWorstX. We're here with Souul Truu.
Yes, sir.
Let's start off right from the beginning, man. Where are you from? And basically, what made you discover music?
Born and raised here.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I grew up on music. Like, my mom played music since I was little. Like, we wake up Saturday, Sunday mornings. My mom playing music. We knew she was down there cleaning. We knew we couldn't go downstairs when she was cleaning. So, I would always, like, just be at the top of the stairs just listening to music. And then, I fell in love with Chris Cross's music. The first that song
Okay.
Jump.
Yeah.
My mom told me that was my first words. Like, that was just one of my favorite songs. And then I was like, I'm gonna try rapping. So I had recycled a whole verse from Chris Cross.
When was that? Like, how old were
I was
you?
like 9 or 10. Yeah, I was like 9. And I was like, yo, I want to rap. And just like hearing how people could put words together, because I was always like in school, I was always a good reader and writer, but I always wanted to know like, yo, how do writers put words together and stuff. So I recycled a whole verse from Criss Cross, and I would tell people I rap, and I'll be spitting a verse from Criss Cross, and they're like, yo, that joint's hot. Whole time wasn't mine, but my cousin knew. So I tried to spit it to her. She was like, "Oh, that's Criss Cross," because she listened to it too. And then I just was like, "Yo, like I want to write. Like I want to start writing." And then me and her, we would like plug up a karaoke machine.
Yeah.
And we would just write raps, and we would just like be on the porch, just making a whole. We had a whole like 2 cassette tapes, just full of just songs that we did on the karaoke machine, just rapping and freestyling and shit.
Would you ever want to go back to those and listen to like what you would sound like?
If I still had them, hell yeah, I would. I definitely would. Like, just to hear the growth of, like, yo, this is where you started, and probably laugh at it, because back then when I wrote it, I probably was thinking, like, I was the best rapper in the world, and I probably laugh. I mean, of course, I'm going to laugh at it now.
Did
like,
you did you show those to anybody? Those cassette tapes?
Matter of fact, I think we did. I took one to school one time, and I showed somebody. I showed one of my classmates. And he was like, "Yo, this joint's hot. This shit's fire." But
so you got hype back then.
yeah,
That's super cool. So like when you first started making music, did like people like look at you a certain way, like, or did people like kind of want that from you?
I think it was just more like, cause back then it was like it was fun making music. So no, like if you told somebody you made music, they would probably just be like, "Oh, no, you don't. Stop lying." But ultimately, they'll be like, "Oh, let me hear it." If you tell somebody now, today, y'all make music, oh, now everybody make music. Like, you don't get the same. Like back then, it was more fun. Now everybody takes shit too serious. But back then, anybody could just make music. It was just fun to do it.
And like growing up, did you see like any artists like stick out to you, like that was in like your area?
Um, Around that time, like when?
Yeah, like when you were just growing up.
Oh, just growing up. When I started like really getting into music, by that time that was like the 50 Cent era. That was the 50 Cent job when they was beefing.
Like
that was in that era. So that was 50 Cent's like golden era. So it was like 50 Cent, Jay-Z, and that was like really it at that time. That's when, and then like later on, that's when like the down south started to come in after that. But definitely around that time, it was like 50 Cent and Jay-Z.
Okay. So are you a part of a group right now, or are you by yourself? Like, how are you operating?
Me, I grew up in a family orientated group, Finish in Touch. But along the way, it was family. It was Finish in Touch, Family Ties. Like Finish in Touch was the music group. Family Ties was the family, because we are legit family. Everybody in the squad is related. It's crazy, and it's like if we don't have music, at the end of the day, we still got family ties.
Okay.
So FT is just family ties. So it's always gonna be family ties to the death of me. But as far as music, like I just kind of took my own, like just went my own way, just really just representing myself.
Okay. So what do you consider yourself? Like if you were offered like a deal, would you accept it, or how would that go for you?
See, I got mixed emotions. Like there's sometimes I think about it and I'm like, if they offer me a contract, I'm not taking it. I'd rather be independent. And then like I'd be thinking like, yo, what if Kendrick said, yo, sign the TDE? What if J. Cole said, come sign the Dreamville? And my other part of me be like, what? If J. Cole say come to Dreamville, I'm down. Like it's no hesitation. That's probably like the only two people I would sign with, TDE and Dreamville. Anybody,
I respect.
I don't believe in it. Like I believe J. Cole is one of the smartest dudes, and he's like one of the most genuine dudes in hip hop. I'd rather be signed to somebody like that than signed to a label that's gonna try to like trick me out and shit.
So as for like making moves for the future, like you got any projects coming out or anything that you're
yeah, I'm actually working on my next project called Musical Therapy.
Okay.
That's gonna be like a 7-song EP.
All right. Who are your inspirations?
First and foremost, Jay-Z. Like that was one of the first like artists that I started to like get inspired by, as far as like when I started really getting serious with music. Because his star power is ridiculous. The dude's work ethic is ridiculous. Yeah, that's like one of them. Of course, J. Cole. I'm always say J. Cole. Like,
okay. So, J. Cole is probably your number one.
He might have, if it's after Jay-Z. If it's not Hov, it's definitely J. Cole.
Okay, I can respect that. So we talked about where future projects. Okay, now let's go back again. You into gaming at all? Like any gaming?
Oh yeah, I grew up on games. Like that was what.
Okay, so what was the earliest time that you remember like even picking up a controller?
I remember my mom. We had a Super Nintendo, or no matter of fact, it was the one before. It was just the original Nintendo, and we had the you gotta hook it up to the TV and shit. My mom, we was like growing up as a single mother. We had my dad around, so my mom did not do that shit. Like she was like, I don't know. That was the ones back in the day. You had to screw the fucking antenna on to the
yeah.
So she didn't know how to do it, and she's trying to figure out the plugs. And I'm probably like 3-4 years old, and I'm like, I got it. Let me do it. And I hooked the whole shit up by myself. And like since then, I'm like, yo.
What cartridge was you playing?
It was that big ass fucking.
What game?
A cartridge.
Yeah.
Fucking the Mike Tyson Punch Out shit.
Oh wow.
Of course Mario. I was playing that shit, and then it was like this fucking one of them fighting games that you had to like walk around and all. I don't even remember what the game was called, but
I'm gonna guess probably like Double Dragon or something.
Yeah, matter of fact, I think it was that one. Was that the red and white one? Or was it red and green? I know it was like two different dudes. Like
I don't know.
I remember that shit.
Now let's talk about some games that you play now. What are some games you play now? And what system are you repping?
Right now I'm on PS4.
Okay.
I'm playing 2K, Madden, Call of Duty. I recently got into Fortnite. I can't believe it myself because I'm like, I'm not playing no fucking
Nah,
Fortnite,
but the
building and
Marvel
shit.
thing, the Marvel thing's pulling a lot of people
Yo,
in.
that shit was lit.
I mean, there's not a lot of Marvel games, so
Right.
that market right there is being fulfilled. Um, so with family ties,
Mm-hmm.
what is like? I know you like bringing up a lot about your family. So
Mm-hmm.
like, what does like family mean to you?
Family's everything, man. Like, family is just more than relation. Family is like relationship, loyalty, the foundation like you built. Like, I could be friends with somebody for 10, 11 years, and that's like what I consider family. And then I could have family members that I known my whole life, and we're not even close, or not even like I don't even like you.
Mhm.
Like, you're not family to me. That's not family. So
Yeah, it's crappy when shit like that happens.
right,
How old are you, man?
I'm 29,
Would you
almost
be in?
30, man.
Would you be in 29? Like, where do you? What, do you think that you have an expiration on music right now, or do you think you can still keep going?
I believe I can keep going because I don't do it for like I do it for the heart. You know what I mean? I do it for my heart. I do it for my soul. I do it
Okay.
because I love it. So 45, 50 years old, I'ma still love music. So if I
Right.
feel like I'm 50 years old and I want to write how I feel on a beat, I love music. You know what I mean? Like, it's
If
just deeper than that.
if you weren't doing music, what would you be doing?
I don't know. I really don't know.
No, no, nothing else. All right. So if you weren't like, let's just say someone chopped off your tongue.
Yeah. Shit, I'll
Well,
probably be fucking working in a warehouse, like what I pretty much what niggas do now, what I do now.
but like
Like, what could I do? I can't talk. I can't express how I feel. It's like,
you wouldn't want to just partake in anything that has to do with music,
oh yeah,
or
oh yeah, yeah.
would try
I'm
to
pretty sure.
squeeze your way into doing something
If not, I'll
if
be
it
game designer or some shit.
yeah. I
I
mean,
always wanted to fucking design a game. Like, always. I tried to go to school for it, but it was like too far away from here. So I was like, I can't even fucking do that shit. Like, I wanted to really be the person that make games, like put the shit together. Like, cause I'll be playing games and I'm like, yo, who created this shit? Like, whose idea was it to put this dumb shit in a game? Like, I feel like I could make the best game ever.
I feel like a lot of people must feel like that for a lot
It
of
was
stuff.
like, yo, whose idea was this shit? Like, this shit is retarded.
So, man, I gotta say, my dreads aren't as long as yours. You got any dread stories?
Nah, not really. It was
No.
just a process. One day I just woke up and was like, yo, I want dreads. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I wanted them when I was little, but back then dreads weren't like the thing. Like, if you had dreads, you're like, ew, this fucking got dreads in his head. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
But now,
Now everybody.
yeah, it's like you could do a half shaved head and dreads going this way, and you could do all type of shit with dreads now.
Yeah, it's way too crazy. Um, do you think you would have any secret abilities, like anything that you would consider like special about yourself?
Mm, I feel like I could read people. Like, I'm good at picking up like energy and vibes and shit. Like, I can be if I don't know, like if I walk into a room and somebody introduces me to somebody and they're like, "This is so and so." Within that first like half hour to an hour, I'm already observant of like who they are because I don't really get along with people. Like, I don't like people like that. Like,
Okay, so you're
uh,
introverted.
yeah. So like when somebody, I can just be observant of that person because I don't know them. So I'm like, I'm trying to figure out who they are, and it don't take me long to just like read them. And most 9 times out of 10, I'll be right.
It's crazy. It seems like you're pretty wise in a lot of ways. Just with the type of music that you're going
Yeah.
for. Um, with your music, do you think that your sound is ever going to change and or is it always going to be in what genre would you say you fall in?
I mean, most people would say on the outside looking in, they're conscious, but I just like to look at it as like a free artist because if I just label myself okay, like I'm a conscious artist, and then if I make a fun type of sounding song or a song that pertains more to the hyper crowd, people gonna be like, oh, he's supposed to be conscious. Like that's not his type of music. Like how you gonna tell me what kind of music is my music? You feel me? But if I say I'm a free artist because I can make a song talking about depression and then the next song I could be talking about how black power this, but the next song I'm gonna be talking about like me and a female or something like that or like anything. Like you sit there and try to put me in a conscious box and then try to take away like my freedom is what I love to do. Because I'm a human at the end of the day. I'm gonna have different emotions every day.
Right.
I can't just be like, oh, every day I wake up and I'm just like this conscious robot. Like, you feel me?
Mhm.
So yeah.
But you be more on the side. So what do you think about trap? Like, like you like it or you're
when it first came a thing, when it first became a thing, I didn't really like it because I was kind of stuck in that conscious box. So I didn't really like it. I'm like, what are they like? Why are y'all even talk? Like, why y'all glorifying it? But then I started to look at it. It's like you're not really glorifying it. You really just be, because people say, oh, these rappers don't rap about what they do, blah blah. But then when a rapper is actually talking about what he does, like the real trap rappers, of course, then it's like, why is he talking about drugs? Motherfucker, that's all he know. Like, this nigga was, that's what he does for a living. That's all he knows. Like, it's kind of like you institutionalize. So when you rap about the shit that comes to your head, it's real life. And I started to look at that and I'm like, yo, trap music it's a part of culture, whether we like it or not. But it's real for most, like, because that's what they live every day.
What do you think? What do you think about like the evolving times and just like how many different genres are in like rap? Do you think some are gonna go extinct? Do you think some?
Now, one genre I feel is never gonna leave now is auto tune. I thought it would one day. I'm like, yo, it's not gonna be around for long.
I feel like
every rapper's doing it. Everyone's gonna get tired of it. Now it's almost like if you go to the studio. There's times I went to the studio and like I'll be saying a hook or something with a melody, and he'll automatically be like, "You want me to auto tune on that?" Or he'll automatically just do it himself, and it's like, nah, I'm not going for that vibe. I'm going for
normalized.
that. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm going for that raw vocal vibe, that more like painful feel. And you put auto tune on it, it just makes it sound soft. Not even soft. It just makes it sound like it's not emotional. Like, and I'm like, bro, that's crazy how we came that far to. Anytime you hear a melody, you automatically like think auto tune. So that's a genre that's never gonna leave. But I don't know. I mean, I think that emo vibe it like keeps coming in and out the game. So that one I could see like leaving, but eventually it's gonna make its way back because you're gonna have that artist that wants to express itself, and we gotta respect it, and then everyone's gonna like it again. It happens.
Definitely.
It definitely happens, bro.
All right, I'm gonna do it to you. I'm sorry, bro.
Oh man.
All right, so your top 5.
Oh, come on, man. What are we talking though?
Okay, so we're gonna be talking about your top 5 greatest artists from high school. Now I'm talking about when you were in high school. I mean, for me, I'll just give you one. It was Lil Wayne. That was a huge one for me.
Yeah, that's an undeniable one. That's
but
automatic.
I feel like what you listen to high school can kind of define you in a way. So let's go.
They all have to be artists that I listened to in high school.
I mean, if you don't remember all 5, then nah. Let's throw out that list.
Okay, in high school, I'm gonna think of the ones that were like you had to listen to them. Lil Wayne, of course. Jay-Z, of course. Um, Cassidy was in there. I was definitely listening to Cassidy. Like
Okay.
punchline. That was the punchline era. That was when if you was rapping, you had to have punchlines back then. Um, hmm.
Interesting.
I wanna say Luda. I definitely wanna say Luda.
Wow.
Um, this is tough. This is tough. Ti. I'll go Ti.
Ti. That's a list.
I'll go Ti.
That is definitely a list. It's respectable though.
If I did miss somebody or somebody that's like,
Uh,
what? How could you not say? I'm
bro.
sorry, but that's who I could remember listening back then.
Yeah, I know. I know. I kind of just threw that shit at you. Um, like you talked about your mom. Shout out to you. But where do you think when do you think she started respecting you for an artist or making music? Because I know that's not really easy for
Yeah.
parents to accept that their kid wants to be, you know.
Right. Right. I mean, she don't like rap. She never did, never will. I mean, now she does a little bit. Like she'll call me like, you know what song I like that I heard on the radio, that rap song, and I'll be laughing. But she never liked rap at all. So when I was little and like rapping back then, she didn't really care for it, and I respected it because I knew she didn't like rap. But I think it was when like couple years back, I want to say 2013 or 14, I had did a freestyle video on Facebook, and shit went crazy. Like the first week, it was like 5,000 views, and it was just crazy to me because that was the first time in a while that I had like rap publicly.
And it was a freestyle.
I mean, I called it a freestyle, but
Yeah.
it was like it was my homie. He was doing this thing called Selfie Flow Friday. Every Friday, an artist.
I remember that.
So I was just like, yo, I want to do one because people didn't hear me rapping like years. So I was like, I want to do one. And I did it, and it went crazy. So, I guess my mom caught wind of it, and she heard it, and she was like okay, like my son is actually people like love my son for what he loves to do, and now I'm listening to it, and my son is out here talking something positive. Okay, like
did you ever?
It might matter. I'm sorry. It might have been before that when I was like I went through like I guess a religious phase. So I was kind of doing like religious rap, like talking about like more God in my music, and people from the church started like going crazy, and they wanted me to like do all these type of things, like as far as like meeting people and stuff.
Could you see yourself as a Christian rapper?
No.
Or
that's why I got away from it fast.
Because that would have sucked you in.
It's like, because when you're a Christian rapper, another way they put you in a box where you can't say certain things that you would say in a regular song because it don't have God next to it. Like, sometimes you don't always, even as a Christian, you don't always feel holy every day. Like, you have normal emotions like everybody else. And when Christian rappers, all they talk about is how godly they are. It makes them look perfect. So then if they mess up in a public eye, oh, he's supposed to be a man of God. But like, dude, he's human.
Yeah.
But the way you present yourself is, I can't talk about nothing but God.
I feel like the future of social media is going to be a scary place, bro. Super scary place. Cancel culture is out here murking people.
Yo, they're killing them left and right.
And I mean, I feel like you're gonna have to be a brave person in the future. But I can respect the fact that you don't want no labels on your name. Right. I can definitely respect that. Now, have you wait? So you're diabetic, right?
Yeah.
What problems or do you have to deal with all of that?
Just monitoring everything that I like put in my body. Like it just it's annoying. It's like tedious.
All right, so I'm sorry, I probably didn't know that right. How did you like find out that you were diabetic?
Well, I know it runs in my family, and like I was just having like symptoms one day. Like I was just always nauseous and like just feeling crazy, and um, I started like losing my eyesight a little bit, and they say like that's your first like sign of diabetes. So um, I did. I ended up getting cataracts in my eyes, and I had to get a surgery for it. And when I went to get the surgery, like my sugar was like hella high. So they was like, you're a diabetic. I'm like, what? Like what? I don't even know nothing about that. And then that's just how that came about.
So how old were you when you actually got like you actually found out you were diabetic?
That was what was I? It was like 3, 4 years ago. So like 25, 26.
So
Yeah.
that's crazy, man. I just know that we talked about that in the
Yeah.
past.
Mm-hmm.
Brought that up. Yo. So growing up,
Mm-hmm.
what do you think about the GameCube?
That was one of my favorite systems.
I needed to bring that up.
Damn, one of my favorite systems.
Uh,
Cause that was like the new generation of like
yeah.
Nintendo. Like what the hell? It was like when it's like going to fucking whatchamacallit, like you went from Nintendo to ended up playing the PlayStation and shit. So that was like the GameCube was like, what the hell is this? They made a Nintendo into a fucking cube. Like that shit was different.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite shits.
I just had to bring this up because me and freaking Souul Truu are fucking cousins. I just had to say that. And I've known that like in the family, man, the GameCube was a legendary system, bro. Everybody that had one they enjoyed their system. I know when we came out, it was not the same thing. But for a GameCube, man, that was a whole thing.
Yo, I'm telling you.
I know. The interview wasn't really supposed to stop there. But the phone died, bro. And I take full blame. But this is just a little kickstart into the next series that we're starting, which is My Family Makes Music, Part 1. This is Souul Truu. If you thought we were stopping with just an interview, we're integrating that other part that I've done with other artists. I haven't done it with Souul Truu yet. Reason being is because I was saving it for something like this. Alright, so we're going to check out this video shot by Rose Gold 22 Films. Shout out to her. Go check her out. Alright, so we're going to get started. Let me grab my headphones. Yo, grab your headphones as well. This is your opportunity. I'm not cutting it out for no reason because just go get your headphones. Go put them in. The video's about to start, bro. So let's get it. Alright. Souul Truu, Guilt Trip.
Is the person doing anxiety by imagining pictures of a bleak future? Is the person doing anxiety by beaming themselves into those pictures and imagining some catastrophe and bringing that catastrophe into the present? Well, you're going to fail, you're not going to be good enough, you're going to embarrass yourself in public.
Gotta be blessed, cause of the way that my faith has been tested. I turn on my trials into smiles, and I turn on my lessons to blessings. Stepped in the lane on my own, and you still finding shit to complain about. So pardon my back if I don't respond to you niggas who chasing clout. Now I gotta chill, niggas emotional, girly as hell, running they mouth, all in they feelings, but niggas will never tell you how they feel. But let's keep it real, y'all be acknowledging gimmicks, but never respecting the skill. It's not about talent, but more about who they could pick and pick who you into a deal. Let's talk about how they hiding the truth. Erase the past and disguise it as proof. But what can we do? It's dreadful how they twist the plot and try to put locks on our roots. Now that's another dead nigga who was trying to make a living. Police shot him through his window when his crib right in front of his wife and children.
Go check it out. That song's called Guilt. Shut the fuck up, alright? The song's called Guilt Trip by Souul Truu. That was a terrible voice crack. We had to correct that real quick. But I did stumble upon this searching for his other videos, so we're gonna check out 5 minutes of this. I was just interested.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Got a couple things we're gonna touch base on today, so stay tuned, pay attention.
Shout out to Shay.
And free that nigga from this. Yeah. Fuck all that fly shit, money talking and all that there, you know?
I just fell back from the music scene a little bit. You know, I had to get myself together. You know, I had to get on my own. I had to get on my grown man shit.
He's on his grown man shit now. Dreads are all out. Yo, he's doing his thing. But that's not really what I was looking for. I was looking for something else. That's the first thing that popped up. Let's go. And then we'll close out the video. But this was Souul Truu. Part 1.
If you a king, hold your crowns up high. Let them know that you one of a kind. No rush, let's take our time. Look her in the eye, let her know it's just. Baby girl, do the same for me. If you play your role, we can take control. We can disappear, baby, we can lay low. We ain't gotta rush, oh no. Let's just take it slow, take it slow. If it's real as you say so, say so. It could be, I don't want nobody but you. Look at what you do to me. Baby, this is all new to me. Promise that you keep it true.